came here for the best Warzone 2 settings, so let's not waste any time and dive straight into it. Starting with the audio settings, make sure to keep your master and effects volume at 100 at all times. You can always turn this down on your listening device, but having this to the max will ensure you're hearing all the right sounds. Next, you want to make sure your audio mix is set to Bass Boost Plus. This will give you the most clear footstep sounds compared to the other mixes I have tried out. Although footstep audio in Warzone, as you know, is still super bad. I personally have voice chat volume all the way down, and even then it still seems super loud to me. And I set the dialogue volume and music volume both to 20. Music volume can be turned off entirely though if you prefer. I just like driving around Al Mazrah with the beats from my car. I also have reduced tinnitus sound to on, as I believe this gets rid of the ringing sound you get when you get stunned by a stun grenade or a flash grenade, therefore being able to hear footsteps when they start rushing you. Now, I use controller mainly while playing Call of Duty, and again, this all comes down to personal preference, and I encourage you to try different settings out where you can, whether that's in online multiplayer or even the pre-game lobby of Warzone if you don't have the full game. Firstly, sensitivity. Like I said, it's all down to personal preference, but I play on 5 for horizontal and 4 for vertical. ADS multiplier of 0.8, so when I'm aiming down the sights, I have more control over my aim. Now under gameplay for controller, I have aim down sight behaviour set to hold, change zoom shed input set to sprint, tactical sprint focus, automatic sprint to automatic tactical sprint, equipment behaviour to hold, weapon mount activation to ADS plus melee, interact reload behaviour set to prioritise reload. A lot of people do have interact, I just personally prefer the reload option. Armour plate behaviour set to apply all. Under advanced, this is where things can get important, so you want to make sure your aim assist type is set to Black Ops. That will give you the best overall out of the options given, and response curve type set to dynamic. I find these movement behaviours on the screen right now to be more beneficial to my style of gameplay, along with these combat, vehicle and overlay behaviours. Next up, subscribe to the channel because I've got so much more content coming which will help you and your squad in Warzone 2. You can also remap the controls on your controller or keyboard and mouse if that's your preference to suit your style. It's important to play on 120 field of view and have your aim down sight field of view set to affected. I have my weapon field of view set to default, although I do know some people like to have that set to wide. I also have first person camera movement set to at least 50% and same for third person. This will make it less blurry in game. And finally, I use these in-game settings to give me a higher FPS count without compromising the look of my game. Hope you found these settings helpful, and if you did, stick around and watch more of my videos on how to win in Warzone 2.0. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.